Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to make sense of the complex world of finance. And we have a rather interesting filing to dive into today, a real peek behind the curtain of how these investment funds operate. And let me tell you, there are some shifts happening that you will want to know about. Before we jump in, if you're not already subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you do not miss our deep dives into company filings. Also, join our growing community on Discord, link in the description below. We are looking at a filing from Macquarie Focused Access Fund LLC document that tells us a lot about their operations and any recent changes. Think of it as an update to their rulebook and who is steering the ship. This statement is basically saying that Macquarie Focused Access Fund LLC is letting the government know exactly what it is and how it plans to operate under a specific law called the Investment Company Act of 1940. It is a way to ensure transparency and investor protection. The core of this filing is an update to their confidential memorandum, a kind of private prospectus for potential investors. What is really important here is that this is not a publicly traded stock you can buy on an exchange, but rather an investment opportunity only for specific individuals or entities who meet certain criteria. They are making it clear that this is not a public offering, and investments are only for accredited investors, meaning those with a certain level of income or net worth. This document is a supplement, meaning it adds new information or changes existing details from their original confidential memorandum. It is like an addendum to a contract that provides crucial updates. This tells us the filing date and where it was submitted to the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, which is the main government agency that oversees the stock markets and enforces federal securities laws. Now, this is where things get interesting and we see some real operational changes. First off, there is a new placement agent. A placement agent is essentially a company that helps sell the fund's investment units. Think of them as the sales team, and equally significant is the appointment of a new independent director to their board. Having independent directors is generally a good sign, as they are meant to provide unbiased oversight and protect investor interests. Macquarie Capital USA, as the new placement agent, will be handling the selling of the fund's units. This is a key role as it directly impacts how many investors can come into the fund. The filing then dives into details about who makes up the management. This is where we find the important information about the new director: table TRTD name, age. Address and BRI position, S with fund TD term of BRI office, and BRI length of BRI time, BRI served TD principal occupation, SBRI during past 5 years, STD number of BRI portfolios in BRI fund, complex BRI overseas, Enbury by director TDD, other directorships, Brew trusteeships held by Brew director outside Bardery Fund. Complex TD TRTD. Independent director TD TRTD Mark Goldstein. 60. Bury CDO Macquarie Asset Management. Bury 6, 65th Avenue. Newbrook, New York 10103 BRI Director SCDTD term. Indefinite BRI length. Since October 2025, TD General Counsel and Chief Compliance Officer, Arnhold LLC 2022, present Special Counsel. Catton Much and Rosenman 2017 to 2022, 20 TD 10, SEDI TD none, SWADI TD 4 die. Trunty table. This table lays out the key details about Mr. Mark Goldstein, who is now an independent director. He is 60 years old and his principal occupation recently has been General Counsel and Chief Compliance Officer at Arnhold LLC. Before that, he was a special counsel at a law firm Catton Much and Rosenman for 5 years. This means he has extensive legal and compliance experience. In his role as an independent director overseeing 10 portfolios within the fund complex, he has no other directorships outside of this. This concentration suggests he will be fully focused on the Macquarie funds. The filing further elaborates on Mr. Goldstein. Background highlighting his over 25 years of experience in legal and compliance roles within the asset management industry. This is a solid track record. He has held positions like General Counsel and Chief Compliance Officer for well-known entities such as First Eagle Investment Management. He even started his career at the SEC as an enforcement attorney. This gives him a deep understanding of regulatory requirements and how to navigate them, which is incredibly valuable for an investment fund. Looking at the ownership details, Mr. Goldstein does not directly own any equity in this specific fund, but his ownership in the broader fund complex is over $100,000 as of the 30th of June 2025. This shows some level of personal investment within the overall structure managed by Macquarie. Regarding director compensation for the fiscal year that ended the 30th of April, April. 2025, Mr. Goldstein has received no compensation from the fund or the fund complex. This is likely because his appointment as an independent director is effective from October 2025, so this reporting period predates his official tenure. We will have to wait for future filings to see his compensation. This section is like an appendix containing various supporting documents and details that did not fit neatly elsewhere in the filing. Here they list all the supporting documents. We can see references to their audited financial statements for the fiscal year ended the 30th of April, 2025, and their unaudited statements for the period ending the 31st of October 2024. These are important as they provide the actual financial performance data of the fund. The exhibits list is quite extensive and it includes things like their certificate of formation, their amended and restated limited liability company agreement, and various agreements related to investment advisory services, custody, and administration. These are the legal documents that govern how the fund operates. This exhibit is particularly relevant given the earlier mention of a new placement agent. It will detail the terms of the agreement with Macquarie Capital USA. They also include their code of ethics, which outlines the standards of conduct for employees and management, ensuring they act in the best interest of the fund and its investors. This is a crucial piece for maintaining integrity. This part clarifies that while Macquarie Wealth Advisors LLC is the advisor and may be deemed to control the fund, there are no other entities directly or indirectly controlled by the registrant. It points us to the Advisors Form AD for more details on ownership, which is a standard disclosure for investment advisors. This table gives us a snapshot of how many investors hold units in different classes of the fund. As of the 31st of July 2025, there were 421 holders of Class F1 units, 133 holders of Class F2 units, 3,731 holders of Class A units, and 1,456 holders of Class I units. The Class A units have by far the most holders, indicating it is likely the most widely offered or accessible class. This section details how the fund will indemnify or protect its directors, officers, employees, and agents against certain liabilities. It also mentions that they carry insurance for these individuals, but states that the fund will not pay for insurance coverage that indemnifies a person for acts for which the fund itself cannot provide indemnification. This is a standard practice to attract and retain talent by providing a layer of protection. This item simply states that further details on the business and other connections of the investment advisor, Macquarie Wealth Advisors LLC, can be found in their confidential memorandum and on their Form ADA filed with the SEC, reiterating where to find that comprehensive information. This tells us where the fund's important financial records are kept. Fund Services Inc. The administrator holds certain accounting and financial records in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, while other required books and records are kept by Macquarie Wealth Advisors LLC in New York. This is important for regulatory audits and day-to-day operations. And finally, the signature block. This legally confirms that the document has been authorized and filed on behalf of the fund. Alex Lee, listed as president, has signed off on this amendment. So what is the big takeaway here? The appointment of a new placement agent and an independent director signals a period of potential transition or strategic adjustment for the Macquarie Focused Access Fund. The new director, Mr. Goldstein, with his extensive legal and compliance background, is a strong addition and should enhance governance. While this filing does not contain detailed financial performance figures for the current period, the structure of the fund and the updates provided indicate a move towards continued operation and development within the regulatory framework. It is crucial for investors to remember this is a private placement investment and requires careful due diligence. What are your thoughts on these management and agency changes at Macquarie Focused Access Fund? Do you think the new director will bring significant improvements? Let us know your opinions in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, give us a thumbs up and please subscribe for more insights into corporate filings. And don't forget to join our Discord for more exclusive content and discussions. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video.